stuff.
I don't read the tabloids.
Oh, you don't read them? I do. Here's what they said. Now, out of all those movies you did with those guys, do you have a favorite?
I love The Breakfast Club.
Absolutely.
It's great. Thanks.
It was such a hip movie, too, and it really was one of my favorites that came out around that time. And
Yeah.
what was so enjoyable about it for you?
There were the five of us and John Hughes, who was like a kid himself. And, you know, he wore sneakers and jeans, and we were all just in one big room, a gymnasium at an actual school, and we went every single day there, and it was, you know, 12 hours. It was like being in detention. I mean, you had to sit there all day long, and we all got to know each other, and I learned so much from just doing that movie.
Yeah, it was a great cast, and you've done a lot of movies. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk more about some of your films. We'll be back with Ali Sheedy right after this. It was a great scene. Do you stay in touch with anybody that was in the so-called Brat Pack?
Emilio.
Oh, do you? Emilio Estevez?
Yeah.
And how's he doing?
He's doing fine. I just love him, and we don't live that far away from each other, and he has two kind of grown-up kids, and he's just stayed a really good friend.
Good. But also Demi Moore, right? Were you the bridesmaid at her wedding?
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
I was, yeah. We're not as close anymore because she's three kids, and you know she's off doing whatever. But
yeah, but so does Emilio, and you've stayed close with him.
I know. Well, you know.
Your first acting role, you were in commercials, weren't you?
Yeah, I did. I did a lot of commercials.
How old were you then?
I think I started when I was 15 here in New York. I grew up here, and I found myself an agent and started to go out on everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And what was it a commercial for?
I did a lot of them. I did Burger King and Colgate and Coca-Cola and Tic Tac and Clearasil and yes, Clearasil and yes.
Apparently it works.
Thank you. Well, that day that we shot that commercial, I woke up with an enormous zit on my face.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, is Demi Moore mean? Is that what it is? What?
Stop it! Stop it! No.
Oh, you also did, but you didn't just start. You started acting at 15, but you danced with the American Ballet Theater at age 6.
Yes, I was a dancer.
Wow, you came out ready to go.
Ready to go. I did. I don't know. I had my parents did not want any of it, and I just wanted to get out on stage. You know, that was right from the get-go.
And also wrote a book.
And I wrote a book. Yes, I did.
Man, you're one of those guests we have on.
How do you know all of this?
Well, because someone told me. Because I've read much of your work.
Yes, of course.
When you were 12 years old, you wrote a book.
I did.
I'm useless. You know what I mean? We get guests like you all the time. We do all these things, and I realize, man.
I know, but I'm not a sex expert. See, it's like Dr. Ruth. I mean, I look at Dr. Ruth and go, oh, I didn't do that.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, I often forget I'm a sex expert. So I guess I haven't. And you met your husband. Your husband's an actor.
And my husband's an actor. He is, yes.
Is he Angela Lansbury's nephew?
He's Angela Lansbury's nephew. And we met each other doing an off-Broadway play here in New York, and he does a lot of theater.
So he lives in New York. He primarily does theater, but you guys also have a place in L.A., is that right?
No, we have a house. We live in L.A., supposedly, but we're here all the time. And when we're here, because he wants to be in the theater, but now we have the 3-year-old daughter, and so we're suddenly welcome for many, many weeks at the grandparents' house.
Yeah.
At my mom's and at, his parents and at my dad's. And so the welcoming period, which used to be you can come and stay for a few days, is now slowly been extended
Yeah.
by a few weeks and a few weeks. So
And your daughter's 3. What's her name?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. Was it Bruce Willis? Is he really hard to get along with, did you think? I'm only kidding. Don't get mad.
Got an obsession with Demi. You need to talk to Dr. Ruth about this.
I know. I have to talk to her. I rented striptease, so I have to talk to Dr. Ruth. I have a lot of questions.